So, as a little introduction to those that aren't so familiar with Yeovil Railway Centre, there's actually been a railway at Yeovil Junction here since 1860. With the centre itself starting in 1994, primarily to preserve the turntable. So since 1994, all run by volunteers, and hopefully in these videos we'll start to explore some more of the activities on site. And let's kick that off with an introduction from Neil.
Hello, my name's Neil and I'm one of the volunteers at Yeovil Railway Centre. I've been here a couple of years now, and I've got many roles here, including permanent way, guard and trainee fireman. I'm also going to be doing some of the introductions to and acting as narrator for our new series of videos, which hopefully everyone will find informative and entertaining and will give you more details about the Yeovil Railway Centre.
So that's the plan for Neil and myself, to narrate a lot of these videos and take you through the story of an average month at Yeovil Railway Centre.
Hi, this is Paul, from a volunteer at the Yeovil Railway Centre and Wessex Wagons in the bookshop. We've got a selection of models now, some new ones. For example, the City Brewery one, amongst two or three other ones. We've just freshly come back from Exeter selling the models at their show, and we're also going to Bridport next weekend.
That's right, that's recording. So I'm here with one of the volunteers in our model railway.
Yes, I'm Melvin. I volunteered because they were desperate for people to run the railway. And I don't know a lot, but I can run the trains all right without causing havoc. But it's a good idea for anybody to volunteer if they've got the time, and it would certainly be an asset to the centre.
Yep. As we can see, we've got Tony is somewhere there in the background running the trains and generally being noisy for us, isn't he, Melvin?
Yeah, certainly is. I mean, basically there's three of us that operate the trains when necessary, so we're desperate really.
But obviously as well, it's the sheer number of hours that go into building it all, isn't it, and laying the track and all the scenery.
And to be fair, I didn't have much to do with that, but Steve, the third chap, he's the mainstay, did most of the building and scenery, and he is excellent. He's not here at the moment, but
so yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Melvin.
Okay.
So in this part of the video, we're actually going to start looking at some of the artefacts in our museum, looking at the history behind them, how they work and what their purpose was. And we'll kick you off with Neil introducing one of his favourite items.
Here in the museum at Yeovil Railway Centre, we have many interesting objects, but out of all the objects in the museum, my favourite item is this rather humble looking shovel. Now, you wouldn't give this a second glance until you know the story behind it. So this shovel used to belong to a goods train guard called Albert Mead. Now, Albert worked for the London and South Western Railway, and he started as a guard before the First World War. Now, this rather humble looking shovel was made for him in the workshops, and he used it in the shovel on his brake van. Now, this shovel would have been through Yeovil Junction Station hundreds of times as Albert sat there in his brake van with his stove making his tea. So it's an old and historic item in its own right, and it was donated to the centre by his son, also called Bert Mead. So may I present to you Bert's shovel.
So we're going to kick things off with the charge junction signal panel, which lives up in our museum. Now, this has been an ongoing project for many years, but we are finally making inroads with the digital system. It's very much work in progress. It combines a mixture of microcontrollers, and it combines this with a computer system running software called JMRI that is currently being programmed in. This will let us simulate a train through the Axminster crossing section. It's quite a milestone to get to this point, and we will soon be going back to continue reinstating our analogue system that runs on the Crewkern to Axminster line. And this is something else new for June, is our almost finished miniature railway shelter. Now, for many years we've been using a pop-up gazebo. We now have finally have that nice dry shelter for the loco and to keep all the carriages dry on a running day. Now, this is all thanks to our friends over at the Westland and District Model Engineering Society, and certainly many thanks goes out to Andy, Sam and John, who have been busy creating this wonderful space. So we're going to move over now and look at some of our rolling stock. Now, I'm sure many of you have ridden on our coach up and down the line, and we've recently been carrying out some repairs to keep it in good operating condition. As we can see here, Peter has been working on one of the door hinges that we found was trapping moisture and creating corrosion behind the hinge. So all of this has been replaced with new metal and the hinge reattached. Further to this, there was a leak discovered a few months back in the top corner of the coach. Peter has managed to remove all the internal panelling and insulation, ready to perform a long-term repair rather than just trying to fill the gap up with a lot of sealant. It's the case of repairing the metalwork behind and rebuilding the guttering. Certainly the largest project we have on site at the minute is building our toilet block. With the main thing we're currently working on is getting all of the dagger boards all fitted in and painted, and the rest of the soffit vents, and generally working on the external work, ready to look at getting the windows in. Windows, doors, and progressing to the inside of the building. There are plenty more opportunities and projects on site. However, we will pick up on a few more of these in our July video.
I'm here with Mike, another one of our volunteers.
Hi,
Mike.
Hi.
Hi, Mike. So how long have you been volunteering at Yeovil Railway Centre?
It's about 6 years, just over 6 years. So yeah, I've been coming up here for that long. It's all good.
Excellent.
Very good.
So what's your role here?
Well, primarily I'm engine shed manager, but on top of all of that, just do anything and everything really. Anything needs doing, we'll all chip in and work together. So very good.
Good. So you obviously like to get involved with everything and get your hands dirty. So what do you particularly like about volunteering, and what do you think the benefits are to volunteering?
Well, you can learn skills that you wouldn't normally do. You get taught how to use things professionally anyway, so you get passed out on machines and everything. But other than that, it's just every week's different. We can do a bit of gardening, do a bit of maintenance on the engines. We can do a bit of woodworking on the brake vans, loco restoration, wagon restorations, filling containers like I'm doing today, filling and cleaning. So basically everything, you know, whatever needs doing, we'll attend to it.
Yep, so as with all heritage railways, there's a great variety of work to get involved with.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's fit for everyone. So, you know, you don't have to be a master of everything. Just, you know, come up and help us out. So it's what we need, volunteers, keep the place running.
We do indeed, because without volunteers, this railway centre just would not exist.
No, no.
So thinking about Yeovil Railway Centre compared with other heritage lines, is there anything in particular about Yeovil Railway Centre that you like?
Yes, it's a lot smaller. So we haven't got a long length of track. We haven't got large steam locos. So it's more of family orientated sort of volunteering. Not being rude, some of the larger railways can, you know, you wouldn't know whoever Harry is or whatever because you've got 17 miles or 15 miles of track. So, but here, just over a third of a mile. So it's just the right size, soon to be over half a mile. So nice and friendly, just how we want it.
Yeah, nice. Okay, brilliant. Mike,
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
No, anytime. Thank you.
Certainly the main events we've had this year have been successful. Now, in June, we had our first Teddy Bear Express that was a great success, followed by our Pirate and Princess Day, which was great fun to have some extra characters visiting the railway.
We've been having a rumtastic time here at Yeovil Railway Centre, where we've plundered and we've done all sorts of stuff. What have we been doing?
Well, we have been entertaining lots of people, confusing a lot of people. My name is Captain Jack. This is Scrumpy Jack.
Hello, how you doing?
Say hello, Scrumpy Jack.
Hello, Scrumpy Jack.
I knew I could rely on him. And over here, we've got our pirate princess. She's the one who keeps us in order.
Afternoon.
Memory lane, down memory lane.
In this picture, we have a lovely summer's day, unlike today, where, yeah, this year just seems to be rain. But interestingly, on the left-hand side, we still have the Yeovil Junction signal box, which I'm sure will feature in a future video. Dare I say the Toad is finished externally? If I consider the leak in the roof, which appeared on the 21st of May as a maintenance requirement, then yes, it is finished. We still have some repair work and painting inside to complete, but that is progressing. I have said it before that I would like to see signs of progress, and recently we've seen Ron Weston's Fowler completed and looking very smart. Then, thanks to a successful appeal by John Cornelius for donations, we've seen a concrete floor advancing across the engine shed. John has organised a gang of willing workers in which I have been pleased to take part. It was hard work, but with a great sense of achievement when another section was complete. Finally realising that I will have been a volunteer at the junction for 10 years this August, I wonder if that entitles me to call myself a preserved railway man. At my age, that could be a good thing.
Memory lane.
So, thank you for watching this video, both from Neil and myself and the rest of the volunteers here at Yeovil Railway Centre. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and follow along for future updates to see what's going on up at the junction.